If your handbag is making you look older, you probably don't even realize it. But the wrong shape, color, or detail can instantly date your entire outfit. In this video, I'm revealing the 10 handbags that quietly age your style, and exactly what to carry instead to look polished, modern, and effortlessly elegant. 1. Oversized slouchy bags. Let's talk about the Slouchy oversized bag. Yes, it's comfortable. Yes, it can carry your entire life, laptop, water bottle, extra shoes, and probably a snack or two, but that doesn't mean it's flattering. In fact, these oversized shapeless bags often do the opposite of what you want. They weigh down your outfit, they overpower your frame, and they give your entire look this droopy, heavy energy, like your bag is melting into the pavement. Not exactly the polished presence we're going for. Plus, here's the thing, slouchy bags might feel laid back, but they lack intentionality. They can make even a crisp blazer or tailored coat look a bit lazy. Especially as we get older, we want our accessories to lift and support our style, not drag it down. So what should you carry instead? One of my absolute favorites is the Wandler medium Hortensia tote bag. This bag is a work of art. It's structured but not stiff, sculptural but still functional. The crescent-like shape is modern and architectural. It instantly elevates your silhouette, whether you're wearing tailored trousers or casual jeans. And most importantly, it adds intentionality to your look. You didn't just throw on a bag because you had to. You chose something beautiful, refined, and current. The link to the Hortensia tote is in the description below. If you're looking to replace your slouchy shoulder bag, this one is worth a look. Trust me, it changes everything. 2. Heavy Logo-Laden handbags. Now let's talk about logos. You know the bags I mean. Covered in monograms, gold hardware, massive brand names. Sometimes it's designer, sometimes it's a dupe trying too hard. Either way, here's the truth. Loud logos instantly date your look. They give off a try-hard energy, and more often than not, they make your outfit look like it's chasing trends from 5 years ago. Worse, they often cheapen your overall appearance. Even a $2,000 designer bag can look tacky if the branding is screaming from across the room. Subtlety is far more elegant. In your 40s, 50s, and beyond, it's not about proving how much you spent. It's about showing that you know what works. You understand proportions, craftsmanship, and quiet confidence. That's why I always recommend something like the Savette Symmetry Pochette leather tote bag. This bag is the definition of restraint in the best way. No logos, no gimmicks, just perfect lines and thoughtful design. It's the kind of bag that blends into your outfit seamlessly while still standing out for its beauty. There's a calm sophistication to it. It says, I don't need to advertise anything. My wand speaks for itself. And that's powerful. The Savette bag is also beautifully structured, just enough to hold shape without feeling boxy. It's one of those pieces you'll wear for years, and it will never feel out of style. If you're holding on to an old logo bag because it was expensive, I get it. But don't let guilt keep you stuck in the past. Trade it in for something that actually works for you now. 3. Tiny backpacks. This one might sting a little, but I'm going to say it. Those tiny backpacks, the ones that seem cute and youthful, they're actually making you look older. Why? Because they don't fit the rest of a polished, mature wardrobe. Tiny backpacks tend to skew either overly trendy or overly juvenile, neither of which feels elegant. They disrupt your silhouette. They create awkward lines in your outfit, and most importantly, they clash with elevated pieces like blazers, midi dresses, or tailored coats. It's not that you can't be hands-free, it's just that you deserve a bag that does that with style. That's why I love the Elleme Baozi Leather Black in black. It's small, compact, functional, but it has structure, shape, and just enough uniqueness to make it feel special. The Baozi bag has this beautiful architectural curve to it. It almost looks sculpted. It feels modern but not trendy, and it transitions effortlessly from day to night. Best of all, it doesn't read as trying to look younger. It reads as, I know who I am and I invest in quality. So if you're still hanging onto that tiny backpack because it feels easy, I hear you. But I promise the Elleme bag is just as easy, and it elevates everything around it. You'll find the link in the description below. And once you try it, you'll never look at your old mini backpack the same way again. 4. Beaded evening clutches. Let's move into evening bags. There's something nostalgic about a beaded clutch. Maybe you wore it to weddings, holiday parties, a formal dinner here and there, but unfortunately, most of those clutches didn't age gracefully. The beads, the sequins, the stiff boxy shape, it all adds up to a bag that feels, well, a little costumey, like you're playing dress up rather than stepping into your power. Even worse, these clutches rarely pair well with modern evening wear. They compete with your outfit, they sparkle too much under the lights, and they don't say elegant, they say early 2000s. What I recommend instead is the Opera Clutch by Hunting Season. This bag is an absolute gem. It's evening wear, but done right. The suede texture is rich and matte, so it doesn't scream for attention. The silhouette is slim and elegant, and the minimal hardware feel timeless and luxurious. It's one of those pieces that lets your dress shine, but still finishes your look with intention. You can pair it with silk velvet, even tailored suiting, and it works beautifully. The best part, it feels expensive in the hand. There's a tactile luxury to it. You know when you hold something and just feel the quality? That's this bag. So if your evening clutch looks like it came from a prom 15 years ago, this is your sign. Upgrade to something that fits the woman you are now. Elegant, confident, and completely in her element. 5. Patent leather bags in loud colours. Let's talk about shine. Patent leather, especially in loud or neon colours, is one of the fastest ways to make your outfit look dated. Now don't get me wrong, a bit of gloss can be fun, but when it starts to resemble plastic, or it comes in highlighter pink, bright teal, or electric red, it starts to feel cheap. And when you combine both and shine and a loud colour, it's just too much. Patent leather was big in the early 2000s, and back then it was all about being flashy. But fashion has moved on. What's considered elegant today is a more muted, refined look. Modern style is all about texture, depth, richness. We want pieces that invite a second glance, not ones that shout for attention from across the street. That's why I always recommend switching to a matte or softly grained leather in more sophisticated tones. One of my top choices is the Demelier Vancouver leather shoulder bag. Now this is how you do colour and texture in a grown-up, luxurious way. The leather on this bag is buttery soft but structured enough to hold its shape. And the colours, they're not boring neutrals, but they're intelligent tones. Think deep olive, muted burgundy, dusty rose, all shades that feel rich, not juvenile. The gold hardware, is delicate, not brassy, and the size is ideal, large enough to hold your essentials, but sleek enough to tuck under your arm or wear cross-body. It's the type of bag that brings polish to everything, even a simple sweater and trousers. And if you've been hanging on to a shiny patent bag in the back of your closet, just in case, this is your gentle push to let it go and replace it with something that reflects your taste today. Overly trendy fanny packs. Okay, this one might be controversial, but let's talk about fanny packs, or belt bags, or crossbody waist packs, whatever we're calling them now. Here's the thing. Yes, they're trendy. Yes, you'll see them all over street style blogs and influencers in their 20s. But that doesn't mean they belong in your wardrobe. Trendy fanny packs often have one big problem. They're all style and no sophistication. The sporty nylon, the oversized zippers, the logo straps. It can quickly start to look like you're headed to a music festival or going for a jog. Not ideal when you're trying to look polished and timeless. Now, I completely understand the functionality. Hands-free is a blessing, but you deserve a hands-free bag that actually matches your level of elegance. Something versatile, understated, beautiful. That's where the low gate dual mini leather and jacquard shoulder bag comes in. This bag is a masterclass in how to do compact luxury. It can be worn belt style, crossbody, or even on the shoulder, but with none of the flashy athletic details that bring down your look. The soft leather is smooth and elevated. The jacquard detailing adds texture, not distraction. And the iconic gate buckle gives it just enough visual interest without being overdone. It's refined, understated, and incredibly wearable. You can wear it to brunch with a linen blazer or out running errands in a cashmere sweater. It blends effortlessly into a wardrobe full of elevated basics, and that's the secret. So if you've been tempted by the trendy oversized fanny pack, just remember, not every trend is worth following. Choose pieces that align with your personal elegance. And this low-way bag, it gets the balance just right. 7. Cheap looking faux leather totes. Let's be honest, we've all had that moment. You need a neutral tote, something easy to throw on with any outfit. You find one that looks fine from a distance. It's beige, it's big, it's inexpensive, but then you touch it and it squeaks, it crinkles, it feels like plastic. That's the issue with so many faux leather totes. They're meant to be simple staples, but the texture, the finish, completely betrays the look. And unfortunately, no matter how elegant the rest of your outfit is, that one bag will cheapen the entire thing. It's like wearing beautiful suede boots with a plastic raincoat. There's a disconnect. Now, I'm not saying every faux leather bag is bad. There are great vegan alternatives out there, but many fast fashion totes miss the mark when it comes to structure and surface quality. If you want a tote that's minimalist, neutral and elegant, but still interesting, let me introduce you to the Lutz Morris Parker Soft small leather bucket bag. This bag is not just functional, it's artistic. It has that rare combination of structure and softness. It's not a rigid box, but it still holds its shape beautifully, and the curved bucket style silhouette is modern in a way that feels collected and thoughtful. The quality of the leather is next level, and the subtle detailing, from the hand finished edges to the architectural strap, makes it look like something you picked up in a boutique in Berlin or Milan. It's the kind of tote that starts conversations, that adds texture and elegance to a simple outfit, and that makes you feel elevated, even on the most casual days. So, if your current everyday tote is sagging, cracking, or just feeling a bit uninspired, this might be the upgrade you didn't know you needed. 8. Bags with busy prints and logos. This one is a classic mistake, and one I still see all the time. You pick a bag that has personality. It's colourful, it has flowers, or polka dots, or monograms, maybe all three, and you think, this will add a pop to my outfit. But here's the issue. Bags with busy prints almost always compete with your clothing. They become the centre of attention, and not in a good way. When your handbag has too much going on, it fights your outfit. It distracts from your silhouette, and it turns your look from elegant to chaotic. As we age, simplicity becomes your best friend. It doesn't mean boring. It means intentional, clean lines, rich textures, beautiful craftsmanship. That's why I love the Métier Vérité City medium braided leather trimmed suede tote. This bag is the antidote to loud prints. It's calm, confident, luxurious, without screaming. The suede is buttery and deep. The leather trim adds that subtle structure, and there's zero visible branding, no logos, no patterns, no gimmicks, just quality materials and beautiful lines. You can pair it with tailored trousers, wide-leg denim, or even a maxi dress, and it always fits. It never feels like too much. It lets your clothing do the talking while quietly elevating your look. And this is one of my favourite bags to recommend because it ages so well. Not only does it flatter a mature, elegant wardrobe, it also holds up beautifully over time. The materials wear in gracefully, and the design is timeless. You'll find the link to this beautiful option in the description below. So if you've got a floral or zebra print tote that hasn't seen daylight in a while, it's time to say goodbye. You deserve better. 9. Overly embellished crossbodies. Let's talk about crossbody bags, specifically the ones covered in embellishments, studs, rhinestones, chains, tassels, fringe, sequins, charms dangling from every corner. You get the idea. Now, don't get me wrong, a little detail can be beautiful, but when the bag starts to look like a Pinterest DIY project, it's doing the opposite of what you want. It's not making you look modern or creative, it's making your outfit feel busy. and a little bit stuck in the past. Here's the thing, crossbody bags are meant to be practical, but if the bag is covered in distractions, it stops being elegant and starts pulling attention away from your outfit. It also tends to read as younger, and not in the flattering way, more like trying too hard to add personality. What looks far more refined? Let me introduce you to the Dragon Diffusion Santa Croce Big Woven Leather Tote. This is the crossbody upgrade your wardrobe deserves. Instead of plastic tassels and heavy chains, this bag is made from hand-woven leather, subtle, artisanal, and incredibly chic. Each piece is crafted by artisans using traditional bag. 10 old-fashioned doctor bags. Let's wrap up with a style that may feel nostalgic, but it's one I always recommend retiring. The classic doctor bag. You've seen them. Short handles, rigid boxy frame, heavy clasp on top. These bags had a moment, especially in the late 90s and early 2000s. They were meant to feel structured and professional, but today that same shape often reads as dated, a little too matronly, a little too stiff. Doctor bags can also be visually heavy. They sit awkwardly at your side, and the shape doesn't always complement more fluid modern clothing silhouettes, especially if your wardrobe includes relaxed tailoring, like flowy dresses or wide leg pants. That boxy frame can clash. So what should you carry instead? The Heriou Bonbon Supple shiny leather bag is a gorgeous modern alternative. It gives you the same timeless spirit, but completely reimagined. The shape is soft and rounded with a touch of structure that still feels current. The leather is supple and beautifully finished, giving it that polished glow without looking plastic or overly stiff. And the Mediterranean influence in the design adds a subtle uniqueness, something you don't see on everyone else. It's elegant but not severe. It's structured but still relaxed, and it blends effortlessly into both casual and elevated outfits. This is the kind of handbag that doesn't fight your look. It enhances it. It works for everyday wear, dinner out, even travel, and it gives your entire outfit a more modern, curated feel. So if you've been holding on to that old doctor bag because it feels classic, let this be your reminder. Classic can still evolve. You're not stuck with stiff, outdated shapes. You can choose softness, subtlety, and quiet confidence. And the Bonbon bag, it delivers all three. And just so you know, every handbag I featured today is linked down in the description for you. Yes, some of them are a bit of an investment, but trust me, they're the kind of bags you'll reach for again and again. They elevate even the simplest outfit. They photograph beautifully, and they don't go out of style next season. If you've ever stood in front of the mirror thinking something feels off, it might be the bag. So take a look, treat yourself to one that fits your style, and watch how it transforms your entire wardrobe. And if you want more expert tips on how to build an elegant, modern bag collection, you can always head over to my website. I've got styling advice, outfit ideas, and plenty more waiting for you there.